Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. I'm going to do a little video on the home automation that I've got at our cabin up here in Big Bear. I have 4 Amazon devices that we use to control lights, locks, thermostats. What else? I've got scenes and stuff that do particular things and whatnot, so I'm going to go ahead and walk around the house, kind of show you where I've got everything set up, and then I'll do some video of my setups on the computer, so you can actually see how I configured things using the Vera controller, which is the main controller, and then the Amazon devices, how to sync and get everything to talk and communicate and whatnot. But we use Amazon, we use Vera. I have a Harmony, Logitech Harmony remote, and a Philips Hue bridge for controlling lights and light colors. So let me go ahead and get up here and I'll show you around. Come on. So here in the family room, I've got a device over here. Actually, this is my Logitech. Let me move the fan out of the way. So that's the Logitech Harmony. That controller box there, and then the remote control that goes along with it, which I don't use very often. I have an Amazon device here. Oops, you heard me in the kitchen. So we have them throughout the house due to limited audio capabilities. Obviously, you don't want to scream across the house to do things. So I have a device here. Move some of our garbage out of the way here. So the lighting's not real good because I have the lights off here in the house, but there's one of my devices there. This is my temporary office. I've got one of them right here on my desk. Hopefully I'm not going to make you sick by moving the way that I just did. The last one is back here in the dark. It's in our bedroom. It's kind of hard to see. Actually, it's real hard to see. So I'll turn it on. Echo. Turn on bedroom light.
Okay.
So that device will control anything in the house, but I've got it set up to a Hue bulb in this lamp. So, and then the things we can control are that lamp in our backyard, off the porch. I've got some rope lights that run along the rail there. So those are controllable by either your phone using the app or via your voice using the Amazon devices. The other device, there's skills that integrate between Amazon and Harmony, so I can actually use the device in the kitchen to actually send controls to the Harmony devices, which in turn control the TV. So to give you a brief demonstration of that, from this device, I can say Echo, turn on the television. She decided not to listen to me. Echo, turn on the TV.
Okay.
So the Echo, using the Harmony skill, listen to me, cancel. The device, using the Harmony skill, has sent the controls to the television. So our TV's takes a little bit to boot up, but it is coming on. So the only problem I see with this is the devices don't listen, or they have a hard time hearing if there's ambient background noise. So to send commands to the device after you've issued commands to turn the television on makes it a little bit difficult. So I'll try another command. Echo, mute the television.
Okay. Okay.
Yep, well, that actually worked. So you can mute the TV, you can pause the TV, you can turn it off, you can switch the inputs, you can tell it to watch Discovery Channel, watch the Science Channel. You have to set up your favorites and stuff, but all the capabilities are there. But again, limited based on the ambient noise in the background. So if the TV's too loud and you're trying to issue statements to the device to change things, sometimes it doesn't work that well. So we have those lights up on top of the cabinets in the kitchen. Those are controllable through a Z-Wave module that's plugged in. So we can say echo, echo, turn off kitchen strip.
Okay.
Another device we can control is this lamp here in the family room. Echo, turn on the family room light.
Okay.
Echo, turn on the kitchen strip.
Okay.
Echo, turn off the television.
Okay.
So sometimes it responds very well, and other times it doesn't respond, and you have to issue the commands again. I do have a scene called Good Night that runs at 10 p.m. Normally that's when we like to go to bed. So what'll happen is at 10 p.m. the scene will run via the Vera controller, and it'll automatically turn off the lights, that light, the kitchen strip, the rope lights on the back patio, my office lights. Just kind of turns everything off. You can have it set to lock. That's a controllable lock. That's controllable through the Z-Wave controller as well. But I don't have that. I've got that set up on a scene at 7 p.m. So at 7 o'clock, that door automatically locks as well. So if I run the command, you can audibly run it too. It'll run on its own at 10 p.m., but I'll run it now. Echo, turn on Good Night.
Okay.
So you can see it's automatically turned things off. The thermostat we have in the house too is also a Z-Wave controllable thermostat. A little Z-Wave icon there. So right now you can see that the temp is set at 50. So Amazon, set the thermostat to 55.
Setting thermostat heat to 55.
So you can now see the set temp is now set to 55 on heat. Amazon, set the thermostat to 50.
Setting thermostat heat to 50.
Okay, so it's 69 in the house, but it's set back to 50. So what's nice with the automation or the control, having the devices throughout the house, is I can issue that command from any of the rooms that we're in. So you can be laying in your master bedroom sleeping and wake up in the middle of the night and feel that it's a little bit too chilly, and you can tell the device, set the thermostat to 72, you know. You can set other scenes too where, you know, sensors, where someone opens a door or a window, you can have lights automatically come on, you know. So I've got sensors on the windows, so I can set a trigger that when after 10 p.m. when we're sleeping, if any of the windows open, automatically turn on that family room light, you know, or trip an alarm. I have a little plug-in alarm that's down here. That's also a Z-Wave controlled alarm that goes off when certain things occur. We've got leak sensors. That's another thing I forgot to mention in our bathrooms. You can see back there the leak sensor. The box actually comes into here. So there's the actual device. That's Z-Wave controlled. We've got one in the kitchen under the sink, and then one in the master bathroom behind the toilet. So those sensors, just again, contact sensors. Someone, you know, toilet starts to overflow. water closes that circuit by touching that contact sensor, and it's kind of hard to see that guy back there. There's down there. The lighting on this camera is not that great. But that does the same thing. You know, I can set alert notifications. I can have push notifications to my phone that there's a leak detected in the master bathroom. Windows opened. I can have notifications for that as well. So I mean, just lots of variables. I have a little fan because we don't have an air conditioner here in Big Bear. I have a window fan, so that's also controllable. Echo. Turn on the office fan.
Okay.
Echo. Turn off the office fan.
Okay.
And the last thing I'd like to show is just some of the capabilities of the lighting. So like in the master bedroom, I come back here and say, so right now you can see the lamp is set to 100%. So maybe you want to dim the lamp. So you can say echo, echo, set the power to 50% on the bedroom light.
Okay.
Echo, set the power to 25% on the bedroom light.
Okay.
So you can dim it to whatever percentage you want. Echo, set the power to 100% on the bedroom light.
Okay.
Echo, turn off the bedroom light.
Okay.
And then you can do colors too. You have to set them up through your system, but I prefer in my office, the Hughes bulbs are set to an orangish color, and then behind my monitors I've got some LED strips that are orange. For me, I don't know why, but the orange, I just like the way it feels. It just kind of makes you feel a different way. I can set them to blue. Echo, turn on office blue.
Okay.
And that sets both of the bulbs to blue. Kind of hard to see with the thing here. It also sets the strip behind the monitors to blue. So, echo. Turn on office cyan.
Okay.
So cyan just looks like a bright white, which is fine, but so you have those capabilities to do those types of things. Anyway, that's the rundown of everything here inside of the cabin that's controllable. So now I'll cut over to some video of how it's done on the computer and the Vera controller interface, and you know how we work that, and how to set up the devices so you can actually do what we do. Hang in there. Well, excuse the audio on this portion of the video. Unfortunately, my good microphone that I normally do for streaming is packed away. So this is my headset that I use for my VoIP phone system, and unfortunately this is all I have that's going to work for now. But to continue on with my other video, the device I use is a Vera controller, Amazon Alexa. We have a Hughes bridge with some Hughes bulbs, and then the Logitech Harmony remote. So the main components, actually the only two components I'm going to talk about on this video is the Vera controller and the Amazon Alexa, and getting those devices set up and connected and talking to each other and working. So to start out, I'm going to go over to a tab on my browser here. This is the device that I use in my home. It's $150. It's the Vera Plus. It's the kind of the brain box, you know, where everything communicates through. Very easy to set up, fairly straightforward. Most non-technical people can, you know, plug it in to their home network and get it set up on their computer so they can access it, and on their mobile device as well. Once you have the brain box, the Vera controller set up and working, it's a matter of adding different devices. So looking at Vera's website under, if you go to products, works with Vera. These are all the different modules that work with the Vera controller. So there's, glass break sensors, door sensors that are recessed in so you don't see them, multi-sensors, smoke detectors, carbon dioxide detectors. I mean, there's energy monitors. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can add to your network. But primarily with the Vera controller, it's going to be HVAC, security, and lighting. I mean, that's pretty much, you can pretty much control anything if you wanted to, but those are pretty much the basics. So because it's a modularized, you can buy the BrainBox and say, when you set it up, okay, what do I want to be able to control up front? Be able to lock and unlock the front door possibly through the mobile app, door window sensors, the thermostat, things that you would like to be able to control through your voice or through your mobile device to set scenes, home mode, away mode, so on and so forth. So we're going to go through a brief demonstration of how you do an inclusion or how you add one of the modules to the Vera controller. If I go to my controller here, we'll click on Connect. This logs us into the Vera controller. It's actually here in our cabin. Devices on the left is where you add devices to your Z-Wave network. So you can see I've categorized things by rooms or areas that they're in, backyard, family room, front yard, guest bathroom, kitchen. Main is just like a generic area within the cabin, master bathroom, master bedroom, my office, and then weather station. So these devices have obviously already been added to my network, so I'm not going to add something, but I'll go through the process to kind of show you. So say you were to buy on this list this little Fabaro motion sensor. These are kind of cool too. They sense motion, they sense temperature. What do? They do a lot. Let's look at this little guy here. They're kind of neat. Motion measures the temperature, light intensity. Sensor is built-in accelerometer to detect tampering with the device. All of them are normally battery powered, so neat little device. So say we're going to include this guy to your Z-Wave network. So on your controller, you would click on Add Device. And the easiest way is to just in the search box, search for the device, Fabaro. So this found numerous devices that are Fabaros. So if you know the actual model number of the device, and normally it'll have it on it when you buy it on the box, you would come back over here, choose that door window sensor, and when you choose it and you click Next, it's actually kind of neat is it'll show you with this device when doors and windows are open or closed, you can receive notifications or run custom actions. First, you'll need to add the device to your system by pairing it with the Vera. So we're going to click Next to get started. So this actually tells you insert the battery as shown below or power it up as explained in the manual. Click Next. So at this point in the Vera controller, it's looking for a device that's in pairing mode on your home network. So that little Fabaro sensor has a button on it that when it's opened up, there's a pairing button. And when this countdown is going, you press that little pairing button, and within that 1 minute window, this window will automatically switch over to another window and say, hey, we've detected a device. What do you want to call it? Master bedroom sensor 1. What room do you want to add it to? Room is master bedroom. So once you've done that, I'm going to go ahead and get away from the screen here. I'll go back to my devices. Once you've done that, underneath your master bedroom area, now you'll have a new device that's called Master Bedroom Window Sensor 1, or whatever you named it. So fairly straightforward and fairly easy to include modules into your Vera controller. So once that's done, or you've gone through the process of adding the devices to your Vera controller, you get to the point where you need to create a relationship between the Alexa device and your Vera controller, because out of the box they don't talk to each other. So once you've done this, I mean, realistically, you can control anything. You can turn that device on from your computer, but there's also an app on your mobile device. So you can turn, fans on and off from your phone, turn your lights on and off from your phone or the computer. But at this point, there is no communication between Alexa and Vera. So that needs to be set up. One thing to discuss is the scenes. I showed you we have some scenes. One of them is called Evening Door Lock. So it's 7 p.m. every day. Evening Door Lock. I'll edit the scene. So you can see it's a scheduled trigger that runs every day at 7 o'clock. The device actions, if we click on Edit, you can see what happens. Immediately, front door is locked. Pretty straightforward. You can set notifications, notify these people. I don't have notifications on for that particular lock, but you can notify whoever you have set up as users in your Vera controller. What's the room that it's in? I put most of my scenes in main, and what's it called? Evening Door Lock. So these are scenes that run automatically. So every day at 7 p.m., my front door locks. So that way if we're in the house and we've forgotten to lock the door, most of the time we're not going out after 7 o'clock during the week, so the door will just lock. So that way we don't have someone just come walk in the front door. I have a scene called Evening On that runs at 6:30. So I'm going to edit the scene. You can see every day at 6:30, I've got 3 devices. Porch light, I want it to come on. Family room light, I want it to come on. And then kitchen strip is the lighting above the cabinets. I want that to come on. So that is my evening on scene that runs daily at 6:30 p.m. We have a good night scene. I'm not going to go into them because you already kind of see what it's like to make a scene. But good night, we normally go to bed about 10 o'clock. So at 10 p.m., that scene runs, and it turns off all the lights that were turned on. It doesn't lock the door, because I like to be able to run that good night scene through my voice. Say maybe we're going to bed early. So I can say device, turn on good night. So it'll actually run it. So the reason I don't put my door lock in the good night scene, you could, but Alexa won't voice control scenes that have prohibited devices in them. And a door lock is a prohibited device because they don't want someone to be able to audibly control the function of a door unlock and lock. So that's why I do an evening door lock at 7, and then at 10 is our good night, which shuts lights off. You can have it set thermostats. You can have it do whatever you want. I have another scene called Temp Below 40. Our thermostat is set to 50 degrees year-round. So if we're not here in the wintertime and my temp in my home dips below 40 degrees, then something's wrong. Should never go below 50. So I have this. All this does is it monitors that thermostat, and if it dips below 40 degrees, I get a notification, push notification to my phone. So I know that there's a problem where if we're not here, I need to get here to address it. So I don't have a problem with our pipes freezing and breaking, because normally we don't winterize because we're here too frequently. The office fan, every morning at 8 a.m., I turn that fan on to cool down the room. But what's neat is I have temp above 75 is office fan off. So if it reaches through my weather control system, there's an outdoor sensor that my Vera controller is monitoring. If that sensor exceeds 75 degrees outdoors, it'll turn this fan off. So it's not pulling in the warmer air. And then I also have another one where if temp goes below 65 degrees, turn the fan off. So if I'm sitting here and the fan's on and it gets below 65 degrees outdoors, turn the fan off because it gets fairly cold pushing all that air in on me. So that's the scenes. These are also functionable through the Alexa device, through your voice. So you may want to set some of these up. Now, as far as getting the 2 devices communicating, the Alexa device has what are called skills. So if you come over to Amazon Alexa, you sign in with your account, there's a tab that says skills. From the skills, these are all the skills that you can install. There's a ton of stuff that the device will actually do, but I'm going to focus in on just the one skill, the Vera skill. So if you click up here where it says your skills, you can see I've got some skills that I've added, but the one here is the Vera Smarter Home Control. So when you enable the skill, it'll ask you to log into your Vera Home Controller. And when you're doing that, you're giving your Amazon Alexa permission to access or log into your Vera controller to your account. And then once you've done that, you can click on Manage Devices in your smart home. And when you do this, it'll actually take you over to, I'll show you here, because you can do it through the Vera controller. Once you've enabled the skill, you'll come over here to Manage Alexa. And on this screen, you choose by clicking it, putting a green check mark next to the devices that you want to be able to control through the Amazon device, and giving it a custom name. You can name these whatever you want. Maybe the device inside of your Vera is not what you want to use to control it through the Amazon Alexa. So you can use custom names here. This one scene is not controllable. I cannot enable the scene because it has prohibited devices, and that's my door lock and unlock. This is actually just a door lock, so I cannot use that as something that I can control through my voice, because obviously you don't want someone to be able to control. Again, you can see the front door is not even checked, because someone can literally scream through your sliding glass window, or right there in my family room, device, unlock front door, then they're in your house. So obviously those devices are prohibited. I do have evening on and then good night. So those devices in that scene, evening on, they come on at 6:30, but maybe I want them on sooner. Maybe I want them on at 4:30. So I can say device turn on evening on. Or I have this scene in here as well, runs automatically at 10 o'clock, but maybe we're going to bed at 9 o'clock. So I can say device turn on good night, and it'll run that scene and turn off all the lights and so on and so forth. So once you come onto this here where you went into your account and then manage Alexa, choose the devices you want Alexa to be able to control, give them custom names, and click Finish. Now once you've done that, you come back over to Amazon Alexa, you go to Smart Home, you go to your devices. At the bottom of the list, there's a thing to discover. Now when you click on Discover, your Alexa device is going to go out on your local network, look for devices that you've enabled, a relationship between. By enabling that skill, there's a relationship now between your Amazon Alexa and the Vera controller. So it's going to go over to the Vera controller and say, okay, what do you want me to have access to? And that's what we just did on the prior screen, is we chose the devices that we want Alexa to be able to control, and it'll go out and it'll find them. And you can see in this list here, these devices were added via the Vera skill. Thermostat, porch light, kitchen strip, office fan. So it pulls them all in. So once you've done that and you see this here on that screen, you're now at a point now where the devices are connected and communicating. It's brought in the devices that you're going to allow control to. And I will show you, we come back over here. I'm going to sign back in via the dashboard. Connect. Once it connects, we'll get back in here. Watch it be my luck. The one time that I need to get in there, there we go. So it just took a little bit longer than what I'm used to. So once we're in, we can go to devices. You can see these 3 devices here. Normally they come, this doesn't come on my evening on scene because the rope lights are in the backyard, and those only normally come on when we're back there. So, but family room and porch light, those come on in the evening on scene. So I actually can verbally turn on that scene by saying echo, turn on evening on.
Okay.
So you can see that verbal command just turned on those two devices. Actually, it turned on the kitchen strip too. So if I came down a little bit further, you'd see that that was off and now it's on. It's kind of hard to see with my video there. So you can see those three are on. So the other skill I have, or scene I have, is called Good Night. So echo, turn on Good Night.
Okay.
So you can see it sending the command to those devices. Here's the thing, it did not turn off the porch light, and I forgot to discuss that. Okay, so good night is 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock, I don't want my porch light to go out. My porch light stays on all night. So when the good night scene runs, it only turns off the family room light in the kitchen strip. The porch light, I have another scene called morning off, which will actually turn off just the porch light when the sun comes up. So that way I'm not, I prefer to have my porch light on all night long. So it's a deterrent for people to come up to the front of your house. I can turn just that one device off right now though. Echo, turn off porch light.
Okay.
And that turns off the porch light. You can see my thermostat control. Currently it's 70 degrees inside of our cabin. I've got it set to never get below 50. And this, normally it'll be higher in the wintertime, and it's always set to heat. But I can say echo, set thermostat to 60 degrees.
Setting thermostat heat to 60.
So audibly she tells me that she's taking care of my command, but you can see on the screen that it says success, transmit was okay, and the thermostat is now set to 60 degrees. So echo, set thermostat to 50.
Setting thermostat heat to 50.
So, and the reaction time or the delay is minimal most of the time. Sometimes you'll issue statements and it'll take a little bit longer. Sometimes you'll issue a statement and it won't do it. It'll say, okay, and then you'll look at the light and the light's not on. So you just reissue the command and she'll say, okay, and then the light comes on. So, and that's a rarity. I mean, it doesn't happen very frequently. I have a NetAtmo weather station. NetAtmo is netatmo.com. So this is the weather station. That's their security camera, but they have a weather station, indoor and outdoor modules for temperatures and whatnot. So this device is actually pretty cool because it has an integration or a plug-in that lets you pull it into your Vera controller. So from here I can see, the weather station is actually showing the outdoor module humidity, indoor base humidity, indoor temperature 69.1. It's outdoor module temp at 66.9. So these readings are coming from my NetAtmo into the Vera controller. But I can use those values in my scenes. So that's what I was stating is on the scene here, I've got these temp above and below. That's reading that NetAtmo sensor outside. So if that sensor outside goes above 75 degrees, turn this fan off. If it goes below 65 degrees, turn this fan off. So a lot of functionality to integrate. I'll show you where that's at. In the Vera controller, you go to apps, and you can see the plugins that I've installed. There's an Amazon Alexa helper, IP Cam for some of the IP camera stuff, and then NetAtmo. And it does require specific setups, and that's a whole different video than what we just went over. So that kind of gives you a basic idea of what I control up here at the cabin and where you can get them. The website's getvera.com. You can buy the controller. You can. The nice thing with Z-Wave is you can go to Amazon and search for Z-Wave, and anything that it finds that's Z-Wave controllable, you can normally buy and control with the Vera controller. So like this Z-Wave outdoor module, I have one of these that controls the rope lights on the back porch. Switches to turn devices on and off. This is actually pretty cool. So you can install something like this on your main water line. And an example of this is my leak sensors. So say I've got my 3 leak sensors: kitchen, guest bathroom, master bathroom, and we're gone. And this valve is hooked up to the main water line into the house. So you can set something that says if there's a detected leak on either one of those sensors, turn that valve off. So you don't come home a week later to a home that's been completely flooded because no one's been there to notice that it's been running for a week. $100 for the valve, that's not bad. Those leak sensors, I think I paid $18 a piece. So for less than $200, you got a fairly decent little system. These are used for just controlling things that plug into an outlet, on and off, range extenders, all this stuff through Amazon. You could buy and use with your Vera controller. More sensors. One thing that's cool that I haven't done yet, and I'll probably end up doing this in the new house, is controlling blinds. You can get like 2.5-inch blinds or roller shutters that are motorized that are Z-Wave controllable. So you can say device open blinds, in family room. So then all of a sudden all your blinds in the family room open. Have a scene, maybe at sundown when it's easier for people to see into your home when it's darker out, the scene automatically closes all your blinds for you. Or maybe in your master bedroom, maybe your windows face where the sun comes up. And you'd like to have that sun coming in through your bedroom windows first thing in the morning when you wake up. So maybe you get up at, maybe your alarm is set for 6 a.m., but at 5:50 a.m., you set a scene that says, open up my bedroom blinds fully, so you can completely have that room lit up, when you're waking up. So just a lot of cool things you can do with Z-Wave and home automation control. So I think that about covers it for this video. I think I pretty much hit everything pretty well. If I've missed anything, feel free to ask me some questions on if you need help on setting things up, how to hook things up and control stuff. It's fairly straightforward. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Like the video and subscribe. And we'll catch you next time.